Hey, if you're enjoying the content here at Dennis Sperling Unfiltered, make sure you support it by sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And also, hit that little notification bell in the corner so that you'll get notice of each and every one of our live feeds. Hey, if you're enjoying the content here at Dennis Sperling Unfiltered, make sure you support it by sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And also, hit that little notification bell in the corner so that you'll get notice of each and every one of our live feeds. Thank you, everybody, for your contributions. I appreciate it. Let's keep it going. Donate to the Super Chat. Donate to the PayPal. Donate to the Cash App. It's your contributions and your donations that'll cause for this platform to grow. Let our voice be the voice, the preeminent voice in Black America. What's up, fellas? I want to share with you guys a video that I picked up, and listen. I want to share with this video that I picked up on the net. We happen to be talking about mate selection today, and this is definitely something that I want you guys to take a look at. Now, generally speaking, we're talking about mate selection as to the social contract between Black men and these lovely ladies out here. But I just thought this was interesting, and I think it's something that we need to talk about. And, you know, just generally how this young man handled himself in dealing with this. So the backstory is this young woman, who is his girlfriend he's been dating for a year, wants to go to Atlanta for All-Star Weekend, basically to meet her friends. What she doesn't know is that he follows her friends also. And he knows that all of her friends are in Atlanta. They've been basically posting photographs up, videos of what they've been doing on their Instagram timelines. And so she's trying to sell them on she's initially trying to sell this man on the idea that she's just going out there because her auntie is sick. Who hasn't heard that foolishness? There's always some sick relative involved in why she has to leave town, because what that does is you then look like an animal trying to keep her away from being there comforting her sick family member or comforting her family in a time of need. And so this is one thing women do. They do this to try to, they can't just say, oh, I'm going down there to hang out with my friends, because that's not sufficient. They got to say, oh, I'm going to hang out with a sick relative. Now, this young woman, she is apparently East Coast, possibly of Afro-Latina. So this is not something that's germane to the group of lovely ladies that we deal with. But just check the video out. We'll kick back. I'll be right back in a minute.
Don't make no sense. So why are you going? So why would, if she's sick, why would you be going to Atlanta? And why are you dressing up? It don't make no sense.
Are you really recording?
Yes. Fellas, tell me, it don't make no sense.
What doesn't make any sense now?
Why are you going to Atlanta so late? Huh?
My aunt is sick.
But that don't make no sense. It don't make no sense though. I understand she's sick. Why would you even want to be around her if she's sick?
Look, Steph, if you don't believe me, like, we've been together for a year now, so you're not believing what
I do trust you, but it don't make no sense. Why are you dressed up right now?
I'm trying to explain to you the same stuff.
Notice how she's questioning whether or not he trusts her, as if that's something that should be granted just because they've been together for a year. You trust a person as far as their actions. And I promise you, this isn't the first time that she's tried this. This is clearly, anytime a woman says something like, you don't trust me, that means she's dishonest. I mean, just straight up. If she has to question whether or not you trust her, she's clearly just a dishonest person. It it is what it is. But notice that she's trying to shame him for calling into question her actions.
You're dressed up. You're going to see your aunt. It don't make no sense. You're going to Atlanta, where all your friends is. I follow them. I follow them on Instagram. All your friends: Rebecca, Ashley, TT.
Well, I didn't know they was there. So.
I see. What do you mean you didn't know they was there?
I didn't know.
So you ain't been watching their stories, huh?
I haven't
Them and all random people, random.
So that was a lie. All these women know where their friends are. All your friends are in Atlanta, and you're saying you don't trust me. Oh, I didn't know they were in Atlanta, and and he's calling them out. He has names. You kidding me? This is an untrustworthy woman. I appreciate this young man keeping his cool and being calm and not cursing her out and calling her all kinds of names. But just go ahead and say, what do you think, fellas? Comment on how you think this gentleman's handling this.
Dude sections,
you
huh?
think I care about the All-Star Weekend? Like, what are you talking about?
I didn't say nothing about All-Star Weekend.
Oftentimes when a person says, do you think I care about this, that, the other, that means they really do care about that. Do you think I care what my ex-boyfriend is doing? Yes, that means you care about it. They'll tell you, if you listen to people long enough, they'll tell you what's on their mind. You guys go ahead and get the likes up. We got 1 thumbs down, but whatever. That's just a hater. 43 people in the chat room, 35 likes. Get the likes up. Make sure you get your contributions up.
That's where
I ain't say nothing about All-Star Weekend.
I know where you're coming, like, why are you coming at me like that?
So, okay, so check this out. So if you're going, so check this out. So why are you having red bottoms, huh? I seen your bag. I seen it already. I seen it already. Why are you bringing red bottoms?
Why are you going to my stuff?
But why would you bring red bottoms? Explain that.
Why are you going to my stuff?
Why would you bring red bottoms? Explain that.
No, I always bring them with me.
You always bring them, but you're just going down there to see your aunt for one day, right? And coming right back.
What if I have a photo shoot to do? Yeah, I'm a model.
A photo?
What if I have a photo shoot? So she went from you're going down there to see your auntie to what if I had a photo shoot? So this is not even I have a photo shoot. This is a what if. What that allows her to have is plausible deniability. So she can have something else. I'm a model. What is this? This chick, look at this forehead. This chick is not a model. This is a hand model, maybe a foot model. This is a young Tatiana on her way to party at All-Star Weekend in the name and pray to the god of hypergamy. This is what's going on here. But she's not woman enough to be straight up with this dude and say, look, I'm going down here to party with my friends. If you don't like it, I get it. I understand. If you don't want to deal with this relationship, fine. And then he can make a choice. But instead, she's lying to him outright. Well, not even lying, because she said, what if I had a photo shoot? Not that I have a photo shoot. What if? So this is what let's continue to watch this humor.
Shoot. So now it's changing from a photo shoot. Like, wait, I'm sick.
This is just getting sick and
so it's going from a photo shoot. But you don't. So this ain't you wouldn't. This one raise your antennas.
So you don't trust me? No. Just say it. If you don't trust me, just say it.
No, I don't trust you. No. Why?
1 year relationship.
Why?
You don't trust me?
Because you're going to Atlanta on some last minute talking about your aunties. It don't make no sense to me. I've been watching all these memes. The respectfully dude, he said if your girl's going to Atlanta this week, don't be with her.
So this guy right here is basically saying, if your girl going to Atlanta, this is what the internet is doing now. It's allowing men to compare notes. And we basically, all that game that women were running back in the day when they could keep it concealed, they can't do it anymore. This is what makes this whole YouTube, men talking to other men, dangerous for women in the game they're trying to run. They're really going to have to up their level of game if they're going to continue forward with the dissension and the foolishness. But yeah, in essence, this is a girl's trip. She's going on a girl's trip. She was trying to hide it from her man. If she can go down there and get a better a man with, if she can exercise hypergamy and get a man with a bigger wallet, she will. My advice to you fellas is from the beginning, tell your woman there's not going to be any there's not going to be any girl trips. You go on a girl trip, I'm not going to tell you to stop. But when you come home, either I will have moved or the door locks will have been changed and you won't have a home to come back to because it's over. It just means you want to be free. Go be free. Get on back out there in the environment. Enjoy yourself. There's plenty of men out there for you to meet and exchange. It didn't work. It's not a problem. I'm okay. again, you never want to get so close to somebody that you can't live without them. You need God, and that's it. Everybody else is expendable. You came into this world by yourself. So I commend this man on him not losing his temper. And he is trying to, you know, kind of cross-examine her and get her down to a story. I get that. But for the most part, she's already got her mind made up. She's got her bags packed. She got her Tatiana clothes on. She's got her airport airplane gear on. Look at it. Look how she got the hairpin back in the ponytail. Oh man, she's set to go.
Hello. Hello.
Oh my God.
This ain't adding up. 2 + 2 ain't equal 4.
Social media is doing to you. That's all
Social media. Social media. It's common sense too. Because you got your red box in there, you said you might do a video shoot, but you're going down there to see your aunt, and then now you might do a video shoot.
I'm just saying, a photo shoot might come up.
All right, man. Just go. Go.
A photo shoot might come up. You're going to, let's get this lie straight. You're going down there to see your sick aunt, quote unquote, but a photo shoot might pop up, but you're only going for one day. So how are we gonna work this? This is clearly, this young woman is clearly not very, she's not the swiftest kitty in the neighborhood. She just really didn't think that she was going to get caught. She thought she was going to be able to get away with it. And this guy busted her. He has the inside information, but for the most part, fellas, the only thing this young man didn't do right, he didn't establish the boundaries from the get start. He didn't establish, you go on a girls trip, that's going to be the last time you are with me. It's better just to, I don't care how much you think you love this woman. If she's doing that kind of disrespect, this relationship is headed to a brick wall, period. It's going to end badly. Just end it. Don't even deal with it. She's from Atlanta too. Oh, come on. Anyway, let's see what else. Let's see how this young man ends this conversation. This comedy.
Go ready for the streets. Just get out. Go.
Get out.
I'm not stupid.
Boy.
I'm not stupid. And don't come back.
Yes.
Nope.
He's telling her not to come back, and she telling, yes, I'm coming back. Look, man, let me tell you, the minute she walks out that door, I'm calling a locksmith to change the locks. I'm letting the neighbors know, the landlord, if it's an apartment, she's no longer welcome here. She's trespassing. And I'm sending her a text message and I'm blocking her. Don't come back, period. It's over. Do not come back. It's over. We're done. And then the next thing I'm doing, I'm going to go about my business and probably get back out in the field. You see what I'm saying? I'm not blocking her on the internet or anything like that unless it becomes disruptive. But I appreciate the way this young man handled himself. And this is how all you young men should. Now, again, it lasted 3 minutes. I'm glad he got evidence just in case she got violent or something like that, because oftentimes when women don't get their way, they get violent, they start cursing. So he has a visual record of what happened.
Yep. Peace. Peace. Think I'm Boo Boo the Fool. I must got Boo Boo the Fool written on my forehead.
And then look, she left her bags on the floor. So, fellas, this is what you young fellas have to choose from out here. And I understand why you're packing your passports up. If these are the type of women you have to deal with, nobody should complain about what you guys are doing when you say, I'm leaving. Now, here's another video I'd like to share with you. My man, let me see. What do we got here? Yeah, just change the locks. That's what Deacon Dave said. Damn, she was such a horrible character. Yeah, this is, what is she? Early 20s? Want to get out there, go hang out with her friends and thought it up. She shouldn't be in a relationship. That's what I'm telling you. Women like that, they want to mess around until they're 27, 28 years old. Nobody else wants them. After they've had this penis and that penis and gave a blowjob to this guy and that guy, and then they want to come back to you to save them. This guy was clearly letting this woman live with him, putting her buying her nice stuff, I'm assuming. And, it's just a bad situation. But the bottom line is, fellas, at least he handled himself like a man, like a gentleman. He didn't curse her out. He didn't berate her, and he can send her on her way. Cool for him. Let's see what else we have here. I got another video here I want to share with you guys. This is another one I caught. This is an interesting quagmire, and some of you guys have been stuck in this situation before, I'm sure. So let's take a look at this next video, which promises to be interesting. I haven't pre-proofed this one, but let's check it out.
I'm not, don't run up on me, dude. Let me leave your house. You holding me hostage, and I'm trying to leave.
Oh my God.
I'm finna get a restraining order on you in a minute. Let me leave. Look, y'all. This is my hand. I'm trying to leave. She told me to come get the shit out. I bought her for her birthday.
Now, the context for this one is this young man has come over here to pick up his stuff. She's basically broken up. Come get your stuff. Now, that's the first mistake. What you do is you send an Uber driver over there to pick up your stuff, or send some delivery service over there, spend the $20, $30, pick up your stuff, and have it brought back to your house. That way you don't have any contact with this woman. Don't send a relative, send an independent person who can go pick it up, because this is what's going to end up happening. Now the realization has come that, this guy's really leaving. My meal ticket is leaving, and I may not have a dude set up better than him. So what am I going to do? Now I'm stuck. Now she's trying to what? Basically have her way. This is the spoiled, rotten nature of many of these young women these days. But let's go ahead and keep looking.
She didn't want it. I'm trying to leave, and this bitch won't let me leave.
Now, he probably shouldn't refer to as a bitch. Again, you don't want to sink to that level. I understand his perspective, and whatever you think about her, don't even sink to that level, fellas. Again, this first mistake was going over there. Your first mistake was leaving your crap over there in the first place. Don't do that. Whatever you bring in, you leave with. But nevertheless, let's continue forward.
No, don't touch me. This is for my safety. I'm dead ass right now.
Oh my God.
I'm a boss. I'm dead. This is for my safety.
I don't care how dead serious.
Let me leave. I'm just trying to leave, man. I'm trying to leave your property. I don't want any problems. I just want to leave.
Look at this. I mean, look at the tattoos here. This visual screams problems for me. This screams issues for me. Just look at the arms tattoos and the leg tattoos. I don't have anything bad to say about this young woman, but clearly she's interesting. We'll say it like that. But let's continue forward.
You came back. You knew what you was doing.
Can I leave? I came back to get my stuff. No, and that shit is you crazy. You sick?
I'm not crazy. No, you're sick.
Let me leave. This is for myself.
Yeah, tattoos are a big red flag.
No, because you don't know if you already cried wolf, that I put my hands on you. And
no,
all I did was trip.
It don't matter.
All I did was trip you. I tripped you.
It don't matter.
How did I put my hands
on me? Get the hell
this for my safety. No. You keeping me in your crib when I'm trying to leave. So when I leave again or I trip you again.
Bitch, you leave every fucking.
Now look at that. She just said bitch. This is how this woman talks to this man. Okay. All right. That's the masculine, and it flowed off her tongue so easy. It lets me know it's not the first time she's done that. She said that without malice. So these are the type of women you got. These are the type of lovely ladies that you young brothers have to deal with, have been taught is acceptable for you to tolerate. And that's a problem. But let's continue.
Okay, let me leave, because I'm finna trip your ass again, and this camera gonna show proof that I didn't put my hands on you. Get out the way. I want to go home.
Okay.
You can't hold me hostage. No, this is for the police. I don't even fuck with 12, but this for them. Okay, this for them. This for my safety.
Police ain't even gotta come to my crib.
No, I'm gonna go file a restraining order on you.
Go ahead. You want me to go with you?
No, bitches, you crazy. Get out the way.
Now, both of them are calling. He's calling her the bitch word. She's calling him the bitch word. They have a very troubled. This is already a toxic relationship. You don't sink to that level as a man, because when you sink there, then you just invite trouble. But that's something that we can deal with. But the bottom line is, this is a time bomb situation waiting to happen. You can already tell that they have a toxic relationship. Let's continue forward.
No,
you won't move.
Get out the way.
W. Hawkins says, I hate to say it, but he deserves her. He is on her level. No, he's not on her level. Oh my God. Look at this. Now look at this foolishness. This is what I want you guys to see. Look at that. Look what he's pulled out. This is toxic beyond belief. By contrast, you saw what the other young man did, and look at this. This is normal to some people. This is horrible.
Because now I feel threatened. You holding me hostage. You are kidnapping me. Get out the way.
You let me kidnap you.
And I have the rights because I'm on. This is in the house.
This is totally wrong.
It's registered in my name.
But it's not registered.
This is totally wrong. This type of foolishness right here. See this? This is toxic. And this is not the first time that they have had dealt with this. So,
and I'm in the house.
Yeah.
And you kidnapping me. You're kidnapping me.
Bitch, I am not kidnapping.
You're
Bitch,
kidnapping.
we was just fucking like 2 hours
You're
ago. How the fuck am I
kidnapping me. That's when we were together. We're not together no way. You told me to come get my things.
Oh my
now you're kidnapping me. Get the fuck out the way.
So I'm blocking the screen because I don't want this foolish. I'm not going to promote this foolishness. But he's basically, this is 25 years to life for this young man. Flashing a weapon. This is crazy.
This is the most toxic shit ever.
Get out the way.
It is toxic. She's toxic and he's toxic.
You sitting here, you scratching. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. You want to play? Get the fuck out the way.
Bitch, because you started it at 1 o'clock this morning.
Okay, so we go to bed.
Now, see, this is the sort of toxic foolishness that I'm talking about. This is crazy. You see what I mean? This is what you brothers have to choose from. They like this. They've been taught this. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. This is horrible. Now, the subject of today is mate selection, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the lines early, and we can talk about this foolishness. Now, whether or not the first video, whether they were playing or not, whether the second video, whether they were playing or not, this is an example that's even toxic to even play like that, fellas. And somebody clearly, right? Somebody clearly needs to have a conversation with you, young man, on how you need to deal with certain things. Now, again, fellas, that I don't condone any of this foolishness, but this is why we're here talking about the social contract between black men and black women and mate selection requirements. We can go deep as you want to on this subject, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and open up the line so we can get this thing started. We're already 30 minutes in. If you appreciate the conversation, man, go ahead and click in. My man Amazi said he's a millennial dude. My generation act like this. I can believe you, bro. I mean, but that's because it's not his fault. They haven't had conversation with men. First of all, you just don't do it. The first young man, he handled it in a very good way. The second young man, in negotiating with his woman and dealing with her, that was not handled in a very good way, period. That was handled in a horrible way. And I don't condone any of that. That is a felony. That is, you can go straight to jail for that. Even the video surfacing like that is foolishness. But what's up, Laugh Saint? How you doing? Were you ready? Man, you look like us. Hey, you look like me about 10 years ago, man. What's happening, bro?
Oh man, I'm so proud of you, Mr. Dennis. I'm so glad I got to your channel too. I just been learning a lot from you. I've been buying a lot of books.
Okay.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
You broke up a little bit, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying that I've been watching a lot. I've been buying a lot of books and reading.
That's cool.
A real estate market next month.
Cool. Well, make sure you open your own company. I don't want you to be a real estate agent working for somebody else for the rest of your life. You get what you need, then become a broker, and then move forward. But man, what do you think about? Okay, so we got two videos to compare, right? We got the first young lady. She basically going on a girls' trip and lying about it, and going down to All-Star Weekend, and she got busted by a man. Why do these women think they can get away with anything? They put everything. They put their meals, where they're going, their location. You might as well just put a tracker on your ass. If you lying to your man about where you're going. I like the way he handled that. What do you think about the way that first young man handled his woman going on an unauthorized girls' trip?
I think he did a good job. A lot of guys put beauty over everything.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I'm glad you brought that up. She was too cute. I can't leave her. When you have a mindset where you think, oh, this is the last one I'm gonna be able to get. Oh my God, I better try to let her do this and he's been letting her do all this stuff the whole in the year they've been dating. He's been letting her get away with so much stuff. Now she's taking it this far. And that's why I tell you you're right. And that's why I tell you young brothers, you got to have a zero tolerance policy, and you got to be willing to leave her alone and send her on her way. You got to learn that it's perfectly acceptable to be by yourself. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't want to deal with that level of mistreatment or disrespect. Do you think that woman is marriage material?
Hell no.
Nope. Now, what do you? I'm glad. Now, what do you think about? I mean, it was funny when I first saw it. Now, what about the second video? It was funny up to a certain point, but you could see the toxicity brewing, bubbling up. What do you think about that? That's that second situation with the young man allegedly he's trying to get out his girlfriend's house or whoever she was. What do you think about that situation? What could he have done different? I mean, it's so much. What do you think about that?
Are you talking about the one with the where he had the gun?
Yeah.
He should just called the police, honestly.
But see, think about it. All those tattoos, the way she was speaking, the way that home was decorated, we'll call it a home. They both underworld type situation. He probably a low-level curb server. She's probably works at the nightclub, the after hours nightclub. You see what I'm saying? So they didn't want to get the police. They both probably got,
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But see, that's the level of toxicity that I'm talking about. And see, you as a man, you got to be a leader in that situation, because who's going to go to jail if the police show up? The one with the gun or the naked girl?
The guy, of course.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But I appreciate last saying, hold on a minute. We're going to get LP in there. LP, man, these some crazy videos. You young brother got to deal with this level of foolishness. This is crazy.
Yes, couple of times.
Oh my God, man, this is crazy, man.
It's crazy, bro. Like, my experience about it. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. We here.
Okay, so it's craziness, because I had to really realize, like, I've been single for like going on two years, and I had to really self-reflect on all the women that I dated and everything else, and they were toxic because it was something missing about me.
Yeah.
And a lot of us need to like look and examine why do we always attract these crazy women? Number one,
why do we tolerate these crazy women? Crazy. Why do we tolerate these toxic relationships once we're in them? Why? Why do we have this need for women like that? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's natural to want to be with a woman. That's natural. But what I'm saying is, do we need them that bad that we're willing to tolerate a woman who's clearly not good for us and could cause us to be incarcerated or even lead to death? You understand what I'm saying?
I think it's because of our mothers were toxic in a sense.
But why specifically? That's what you on the right track, but why, bro? Go ahead.
I think it's because the mothers weren't good examples of what a woman should be, and what a model of a woman, and how to control a situation. We always
right, let me give you an analogy. Let me give you an analogy. I want you to listen to something. All right. So let's say you cut out a piece of pie. This is you, right? You're a pie, right?
Yeah.
And you were raised by a woman. She eats that exact piece of pie that you cut out for her. That's her spot. Now she's exited from your life. That was your mother. And you turn right back around and you deal with the same piece of pie. The same size piece of pie can fit right in there. Basically, what I'm saying is you are custom made to tolerate a woman like that, because you dealt with her like that. So because you dealt with that, it doesn't mean that you like it or don't like it. It means that you know how to deal with it. You see, so it's not that you're attracted to those type of women, but you're familiar with it. So you know how to deal with it.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what you got to do is you got to change yourself and recognize this is toxic. This is unhealthy. this is not going to lead to peace of mind and happiness. This is going to distract me from my purpose that God wants me to fulfill. And I need to leave this alone. You see what I'm saying? And it takes time to get to that point. It also takes good treatment and knowing what else is out there. Because for the most part in the United States, honestly, fellas, especially amongst these lovely ladies, that's about 90% of the women right there. What y'all dealing with? One end to another. You got, that's what you're dealing with. I mean, right down to the height and the weight. But you know, so what do you got? What do you young brothers to do? You see what I mean? That's the quagmire you're in. Malika, we'll be back to you in a minute, Al Pete, and then we're gonna go to Malika, Triple Black, and back to Last Saint. Malika, man, give these young brothers some grown man advice on both of those situations, because all of that was crazy. But go ahead.
The first gentleman that was that caught his woman about to creep out and do a thing.
Yeah.
Remember, we always talked about this. 18 to 30, do not let a woman move into your home.
Right.
That was the biggest part that I was saying. Why is she living with you? You together with each other for a year. You should just be dating.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is, he was talking too much for me. He kept asking a question. When you found out that she was going out, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll see you later. I would have walked her to the door and said, you have a nice day. And next thing you know, as she's going out, I'd be calling up the locksmith and having them change the locks.
So you wouldn't have given her no heads up. You wouldn't have sent her a text message or anything like, here's you and all your friends down in Atlanta. This is, I know why you're going down.
You know what I would text her? You know what I text her? Have a good time. I hope you're having fun.
Oh, man.
Let's have a thought together.
Can I tell you something, brother? Here's the thing. Stop wasting energy.
Right.
The thing is, in both those situations, besides the gun situation,
yeah, that was crazy.
I've been in both of those situations where
I'm hoping that was a joke. I'm hoping that was some sort of what do they call that when they prank or something like. I hope that wasn't real. But go ahead.
I've been on both sides of that, and in both of those situations. One thing you got to realize as a man, and you've been teaching us this, Dennis, you're better than that. You're way better than that. This situation, we were right, and we all hit it. You were attracted to her because she was attractive. She was cute, and she was somebody that you got drawn into. He got his wake-up call, and he realized, oh, she can do it. But the problem is you have to realize, stop putting so much energy into her, and you got to put your energy into you. First of all, from the rip, you should not let her move in. First of all, why is she up in your crib? If you're together for a year, you should just be dating, enjoying each other's company. You should be focusing on what you need to be focusing on as a man.
Right.
I mean, that young lady looking more in between in her early to mid 20s, and hopefully he's the same way. They had a nice apartment or a nice condo. And if that is his condo, why is she in there with you? Or if that is her condo, you got that together, why are you together?
You know, man, the quarantine, the COVID-19 has forced a lot of women to reevaluate.
Can I say something?
Many of those ladies will have to live with their grandmothers. And go ahead.
That's on them. I don't care. That's on them. You a man. We speaking for men that have purpose. You should have your stuff together. If she ain't got her stuff together, okay, that's tough luck. We gonna get through this. If she can't get through this, then that's on her. You need to be building you and making sure you're right. Now, the last one, that's just ignorance upon ignorance in and of itself. Now, the situation now coming from an ex-police officer, when he first pulled the gun out on her, that's aggravated assault.
That's aggravated assault right there. It's
right then and there.
That's 5 years, especially if you got a felony already on your record. You see what I mean?
And the thing is, the thing is also, it's another charge. He get harassment by telecommunications because he's taping it with his phone.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, if it was that deep, I would have went into the bathroom and I would have called the cops. Or at least I would have looked and see if there's a bathroom window, and I would have tried my best to get out the bathroom window. Right. I don't care if he's always up on the 5th floor. I would have shimmied myself out and I would have gotten down. I would have gotten out. First of all, the biggest thing is what we have to understand is we all make mistakes, but here's the two things. Men, we should never put ourselves in situations and circumstances like that ever. if you know you're dealing with a volatile woman, like you said, the first signs of her acting something, you get up and you leave. You don't sit around. I don't care how good her stuff is. I don't care how pretty like the first one is, and she's all in your face and everything, and you hyped up because I got a good looking woman and she's good on my arm and everything. You're caught up. She realizes that you're a simp and you're caught up. That's
she
why
realizes you are a simp. Go ahead.
She realizes you're a simp and you're caught up in her looks and you're caught up in her.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing in a year, you moved in together, or she moved into your place. That's a problem.
See, the thing is, man, you know, and I want to get everybody in on their first round real quick, Malika. So, but the thing is, this is why I tell you, young brothers, you need to travel, because if you began to travel, you will realize quickly that those women aren't cute enough for you to risk your life. You see what I'm saying? Being okay, they're not even that fine. To me, I would rate both of the last one on a scale of 1 to 10. She was probably about a 4, and the one that I saw in the first video, I would rate her as maybe a 5. You see what I'm saying? Now these are women from Colombia right here. They come in all different shades, and I'm gonna show you now. Look, there's an old saying in Medellin: there are no ugly women, just poor ones. And what that refers to is most of these women that you see, either they're working out and they having work done, but the bottom line is they make themselves as beautiful as possible. And so just let's look at that. I know I got a lot of flack from this video. People got mad at me for putting this up, but I don't give a damn. So let's go ahead and check this out just so you guys can see. This is a pool party down in Bogota. It's not mine. I just pulled it down. Yeah. So I bring that up just to point out to you guys, if pretty is all you want, that's available. Don't risk your life, right? Don't put your life in jeopardy. Don't try to keep a woman around who shouldn't be with you just because you think she's cute. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's kind of like you got an abundance sort of attitude, like I can get rid of this and replace them tomorrow. When you develop that attitude, you won't tolerate a woman going down on the girls' trip and leave. You be like, all right, baby, you can do what Malika says. And that also comes with age for a lot of us, but experience also helps out. And when you start experiencing a lot more beautiful women around and whatnot, then you won't be so mesmerized with a good woman. Now, as far as the other situation where you are attracted to women who let me say, you know how to deal with, you're accustomed to these women because you've dealt with them in your family, that's something else that we have to deal with. But the easiest, they ain't that cute to risk your freedom. But we're gonna get to Triple Black, and then we're gonna go to Last Saint, and then Deaky, and then back to LP. Man, Triple Black, man, what do you think about this foolishness, man? That's crazy, man. This dude
it's really crazy, and the thing about it is this is a byproduct of the deeper conversation that Kevin Samuels has all the time about the marketplace, you know, and most women nowadays are chasing like the top 10% of men, and usually one distinct thing about the top 10% of men, they will not deal with this foolishness.
Oh, so no,
a lot of women are dealing with like the 90% of the men, which a lot of times they feel like they're settling for. So when you feel like you're settling for something, that you're above something, and you feel like like overvalued, you tend to act accordingly. You tend to act the treatment like this woman right here, the first lady that you were talking about. Obviously, she thought she can do better in Atlanta.
Right.
Obviously, she thought, hey, you know what? I might be able.
Basically, what Triple Black was saying is she felt she could monkey branch from that guy. Now, the thing about monkey branching, the monkeys don't let go of one branch until they reach up and get a higher branch. So her plan was to keep this dude around, go down there to Atlanta, see what she can pull up, maybe pull a baller, try to pull a baller out of, be one of the women that pulls one of those basketball players or some rich dude or somebody that was going to trick off some money on her. You see what I mean? More so than the dude that she's with. basically hypergamy. She was gonna monkey branch and try and get a better dude. She didn't want to break up with her dude, but I promise you that she found a better dude to seal that deal, she would have left him. So if you're dealing with a woman like that, man, you know, it's just, it's a hurtful feeling, but you got to go ahead and put her in the wind. But Triple Black, are you still there, Triple Black?
Yeah, yeah. But, you know, but the thing about it is, fives are starting to feel this way. Five, the whole bunch of kids are starting to feel this way, and that's what the imbalance is. Is like they all feel that they can do whatever they want to do.
Because they feel like, see, that's how they feel, and they feel that way because they don't have any competition. They're able to shame the vast majority. What is it? Only 2% of Black Americans have passports. Irrespective of our thoughts that all these brothers are traveling overseas, it's really only a very small percentage of Black Americans that have passports. For the most part, these lovely ladies have a lock on Black men. They know you're not going anywhere. And so they can pretty much do whatever they want to do to you and with you. And so because of that, they just don't have any respect for you or your wants or your needs, which brings us to the topic of today. Social contract between Black men and Black women, mate selection requirements. Mate selection requirements. Black men must be tall, fit, high earning. In addition, the willingness to accept mistreatment and many other unrealistic expectations. Black men are to accept Black women as they are, even if that includes obesity, outside children, post 30 years of age, combative, masculine, domineering, and perhaps emotionally and physically abusive and unfaithful, which is a new one. Okay, this is what we're expected to accept. Now, the funny thing is, Black women have always had attitudes, but pre-1960, at least they were slim, fit, and feminine, but on occasion they would wear wigs, but they did at least have their real head. Since 1990, Black men have been forced to deal with obesity, bad attitudes, lack of cooperation, but he's still expected to be slim, fit, wealthy, something just shy of Superman. You see what I'm saying? So the standards for us have been increased, and the standards for them have been decreased. So this is the social contract that I've been talking about over the past 6 days. They, at least at a time, they were at least required to be fit, feminine, and cute, and slim, and all those other things as far as mate select. This is just the stuff you look at, just on the verge. Now, you're still held to the same contract requirements, being Superman, and they can be, 300-something pound, wildebeest coming out the water. This is the problem we're dealing with. But we're gonna go back to Last Saint, then we're gonna go to Deaky, Juan Dominican, then we're gonna go back to LP and Malika. Last Saint, man, I mean, are you finding that you're still held to certain requirements, whereas these ladies, you just gotta accept them how they are? 3 kids by 4 different dudes, 100 weigh as much as you, bad hair, bad attitude, bad outlook on life. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I guess I can narrow it down. I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Why do we allow ourselves to be bound by those terms if they're not even holding up their end?
Because, Black men are so used to their surroundings. I mean, you take that person out of that area that they came from, you put them in a different area, they'll have more to reach. I live in Louisiana, and a lot of the Black men, they say like the Black women in Louisiana are horrible because they have all these expectations. When they have any money, they live in poor neighborhoods. A lot of them are single mothers, by the way, in Baton Rouge where I'm at.
Oh yeah, I'm very sure. I'm very, I graduated from the Southern University Law Center in 2000, so I'm well aware of the BR.
Yeah. And I'm
But
only 21. I'm only 21. I see this because a lot of the how they got the blue pill and the red pill, but a lot of the men, they're raised up with single mothers, and when they meet a girl that's around the same age, they try to give them their all and whatnot, and the woman at the same age, they're partying, they having sexual relations with other guys, with other men who have status and have money. And
they messing around with the politicians and the mayors around in the law, the college professors over there. I already know, but go ahead.
Right. So when those same blue pill guys, get in their 30s or their late 20s, hit their prime, get those 6-figure jobs, those same women, start the cycle again. They start coming back. But then that's when they get rejected. Because then those older guys want the younger women now.
Right. I appreciate that. Deaky, man, welcome back. So what do you think about this whole situation with these young men and having to deal with these Tatianas taking girls trips, and this other one he got to pull it. He didn't have to, but he pulled a pistol out. That's just toxic. You understand why brothers are saying, I'm not dating anybody, I'm just gonna chill. You understand why they're doing that? Huh?
Yeah. I understand succinctly why guys go MGTOW or men go their own way.
Right.
You travel the world, you get a feminine, sweet, sexy woman that cooks with you with love. You have a fight, she grabs her brush, she grabs her comb, she hands it to you. She says, Poppy, comb my hair. See, here's the thing. I'm gonna go a little deep here, Dennis. It's called makeup. It's called lipstick. It's called rouge. They put that on their face. It's not really them. They're only showing you a false sense of who they are. They're showing you what they want you to see. You don't see Shaniqua, Alizé, Hennessy, or Grand Marnier showing you hell on earth. She's gonna be nice until Shaniqua, Alizé, or Hennessy comes out for real, and it's hell on earth. If she puts her hand on you, nah, B. Matter of fact, don't even take her to your home. It's an interview. Have you ever bleached a brother's clothes? Have you ever cut up his clothes? You gotta ask her, have you seen her drunk? What are her habits? Who is her man? Oh, baby, you look so good. I'll suck your daddy's D. Oh, baby, I'll drink your bath water. No, B, why are you giving her a compliment? She's not worthy, brother. Is it the exterior? Come on, guys. You can't go to jail. I
appreciate that. You are preaching a sermon right now, man. We're gonna go to Juan Dominican. He's down there in the DR, man. What are your thoughts on this whole subject? Like, you understand why I tell these young brothers to travel so that they can then realize what their true worth is, their true value is. You wouldn't deal with that foolishness if you knew what your true value was. You just wouldn't deal with it. You like, the first time to most of you guys who are looking, the first girl, she was cute. The one with the red bottoms going on the girls trip. To you guys, she was cute. She was like, man, she's pretty. That's probably one of the prettiest. Based on what's out there now, she's probably one of the prettiest women that you guys have seen. But in my mind, she may be like a 4.5 or 5 because I've seen better. That's just basic, cute. That's not even gorgeous or beautiful. What are your thoughts? You understand now, Juan Dominican, why I say brothers should travel more? Because the social contracts have been breached and the mate selection requirement was skewed. What are your thoughts on this?
Exactly. I'm usually one at ATL when I check in with you. I have one Atlanta, but I'm going to be down here in Puerto Plata for the next month. I'm building, and it's all because of the culture, what the women are taught, how to treat the men. And once I come here and seeing the melanated women here and the culture, it's like day and night going back home. So my message to everyone is, if she's not following your rules, then you leave her, can't deal with a woman like that entirely. So you need to get your stuff in order so you can call the shots. So it's a situation where she has to follow all your rules, period. And the more you travel, fellas, the more you'll see how the other women around the world are raised to treat men. I'm here now live in Puerto Plata. Shouts out, Dominican Republic.
Thank you, Juan, ATL/Juan Dominican. We're going to go back to Al P and Malika. I want to give a shout out to Volcanus. Thank you so much for the contribution, the Cash App contribution, the PayPal contribution. I want to give a shout out to, let's see who else. Jason Webb, thank you so much. Rip Cornell said exactly what I said in my original post, Mike. He was doing way too much talking too emotional. Thank you. I'm a Z. Look, you guys, man, the social contract has been breached. There are literally little to no requirements imposed on these lovely ladies, but you are damn near required to be Superman, and you got to deal with the type of foolishness and the toxicity that's out there. You see what I'm saying? So Al P, man, before we get on to you, look, you guys, if you appreciate what we're doing here, contribute to the super chat. We're an hour into this thing. If you want to keep it going, then we're gonna have to contribute. Matter of fact, I'm gonna run some commercials, man, because we need to remind the good brothers here that this is pay as you play, pay as you go, contribute and contribute, because that's the way you let me know you appreciate what we do.
Hey, what's up, everybody? If you appreciate the format and you appreciate what we're doing here, then make sure you contribute to the Cash App, make sure you contribute to the PayPal, make sure you donate to the Super Chat. It's only you and your contributions that keep this thing going. Thanks.
All right, LP, what's your advice to these young brothers if they find themselves in a toxic relationship like that?
My advice is to really vet these women. Oh, excuse for the background. I'm in Santiago, in Santiago, and it's just loud.
We got two brothers in the DR right now, but go ahead, man. Go ahead.
But yeah, really vet these women. Really don't think on the head down there. Think of the head up top of your head, because I mean,
but some of them, they don't even know what to look for, man. They don't even know what normal is. They think all they need is a cute woman that's fit. They think they won. They don't even know how they should be treated. Like, we're talking about mate selection. What should these young black men especially be looking for? What should they be looking for based on your experience?
From my experience, they should be looking for honesty. They need to be looking for if she's mentally stable. She's a patient type of woman that's and she's loyal. Like really, not say test her out, but make sure pay attention to her behavior. You know, how she treats you, how she carry herself. If she's a clean woman, right? I mean, if she knows how to cook. You know, you gotta ask these questions to these women, and really not just their words, but their actions. Like, if they want to go, oh, well, I can cook. Okay, cool. She invite her to your house so she can be able to cook, or invite her to her house she can clean. She need to demonstrate to you to a man that she can do these examples on it consistently, not just because she feels good and she, I mean, no matter what, just it has to be consistent of proving to you that she's that woman that she says she is. Actions speak louder than words, basically.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Malika, man. Here's the thing, man. The mate selection requirements are skewed in favor of women. What is your suggestion to these young men on not getting caught up into that trap? You got to accept them. You 180 pounds, she 190 pounds. You don't have any kids, she got 2 kids. You don't have any tattoos, she got 4 tattoos. You working and taking care of yourself. She got the government, her ex-baby daddy, and her family taking care of her. Why is it that these brothers are so easily convinced that that's a catch for them? Why is that? How do we get them out of that mindset to up their value in themselves?
Keep having panels and discussions like this, but also talk to the brothers, young brothers around us, and even older brothers. Like you just gave that description of men that got everything going for themselves. First of all, we need to tell them you've been conditioned. You've been conditioned to accept the mediocrity of the women in your society, where you're supposed to come in like Superman, have everything great, but you're supposed to accept them at their worst and like it. But just like how you said,
I don't think these young men realize they can do better. Like, I really think they think this is all that's out there. If they can get a woman who's 5'5", 5'6", 135, 140 pounds, she can have a horrible attitude, 2 kids, no job, and they will really think they got a catch. They will really think that they got to win. And I don't think we can convince them, because it's almost like going to the grocery store and the only fruit available are rotten apples. And so they're like, well, this is all the fruit that's here. And as opposed to going without that fruit, which they know is no good for them and might make them sick, might destroy their life, they just rather go ahead and get one of them rotten apples. Whereas people like me are telling them, hey, man, travel overseas, because you got pineapples, coconuts, strawberries, grapes on the vine, raspberry, you got all that over there. But they refuse to go see what's available because there's so many people telling them, nah, you got to keep it real. You got to get you one of these lovely ladies, maintain the race, do it for the culture. You got other people telling them, oh, don't go over there. Those people they just want you for your money. Don't go. What do they think these lovely ladies want for? That lovely lady clearly wanted that man because she was living with him during the goddamn quarantine. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And really now that she sees the opportunity to get a better deal, she's rolling out or trying to. You see what I'm saying, man? But what do we tell them, Malika? Like, what do we tell them? Like, how do I keep? I'm telling them it's greater later. Just be patient, make your money, travel the world. How do I go about convincing? Because I don't feel like I'm doing a good job.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. You are definitely doing a good job. Just look at every day you do 2 shows, man. You do a good job.
Well, I feel like I'm talking. I feel like I'm that song that you heard so much. Now you don't even pay attention to it. You just listen. No.
Don't even think that. You are helping us.
Yeah.
You are helping brothers. The thing is, but this is a perfect example with those 2 videos. You showed the ignorant brother and the ignorant chick, and then you showed the well-to-do couple. Right. It can happen on both sides. Yeah. The thing is that we gotta keep telling the brothers that you're the prize. You are not less than. You got to realize you have the winning hand. They're just telling you that you don't. Yeah. The thing is, the thing is that we got to keep telling men. We got to keep telling men this. And the thing is, if you got a bunch of men that keep falling and bumping their head, okay, that's on them. And understand, you got to realize, not a lot of these brothers are going to make it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but that's life. But the ones that do make it, and the ones like me who had to learn the hard way, but we're listening now, and we're realizing that, okay, 10, 20 years ago, I was lost in the sauce. But, just like Saul on my road to Damascus moment, the scales have fallen from my eyes. Now I'm seeing it. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we can get to some of these brothers before they have their road to Damascus moment.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we just have to keep telling brothers, you're better than this. Just because she looks good, just because she's got a nice rack, just because she got a big booty, and just because that good might be great, that don't mean that's everything in the world.
There are plenty of women out there. Man, there's 4 billion women on this planet. Why would you deal with a woman that you got to pull a pistol out just to get her to move out the way? Why would you deal with a woman who's so disrespectful of you and thinks so little of you that she would lie to your face and tell you that she's going to Atlanta on
All-Star Weekend.
Her sick auntie, and then but she also might be going for a photo shoot because she's a model for her book. Why would you even deal with a woman that's that disrespectful to you? She didn't even have the sense enough to come up with a decent lie or decent alibi. She thinks little to nothing. When they don't even, that is disrespect in itself. The fact that she lied and she didn't even come up with a decent lie, just flat out disrespect. And you want to maintain a relationship. You know how low that can go. He's gonna be emasculated as sophisticated and well as she sounds. She's already emasculating him, and if he tolerates that, it's just gonna get worse. It's just gonna go downhill from there. But thanks, Malika. I appreciate that, man. Here's the thing, Triple Black, man. What are your before we get started? Look, you guys, the super chat and the cash app are available. They're scrolling along the bottom of the screen. PayPal and the Cash App there. Please contribute if you appreciate what we're doing. Triple Black, man, what's your advice to these young brothers? I mean, there's an abundance of women out there they can choose from. Why do they settle for these women that could cost them their life, their fortune, their peace of mind and happiness? Maybe even send them to jail a little more. Why do they do that? Triple Black.
It's a lot of times, it's just getting blinded by the beauty, the titties, the ass, or something. That's because the thing about it is, a lot of guys don't do this. The apple rarely always falls really close to the tree. If you look, for instance, Blac Chyna, if you look at her mom is like a 50-year-old thot. And if you look at her mom and her mom's a 50-year-old thot, chances are that what raised her, and probably that is going to be a thot too. So, simple things like that. You can, if she got tattoos all over her chest and face and all this stuff, it's just they're like, and I know it's really easy for a lot of men, because the thing about it is a woman will always convince you that she's not like everybody else. But you can open up your eyes and see what you see. You know what I'm saying? If the sky is blue, the sky is blue. Quit trying to turn hoes into housewives. The red flags are usually there really early, but people, they get enamored by that ass, they get enamored by that pretty face, and they just don't pay attention to it. And now I would say that'd be the first step. And if it walks like a duck, it looks like a duck, it's probably a duck. You got to make a decision.
All right, so I appreciate that. DKS, man, we're talking about mate selection requirements. What should a Black man in America be looking for in a mate? Like, not what he'll settle for, but give me height, weight, age, demeanor. Go ahead. What's your list? What should they be looking for? I guess we lost DK. But either way, you guys, look, I appreciate everybody chiming in today. Look, the social contract between Black women and men, as far as the terms related to mate selection, they get everything they want, and we're supposed to settle for less. And I'm telling you that's not fair, and you don't have to settle for it. I'm telling you guys that it is greater later if you just be patient, if you begin to stack your money, travel around the world, you don't have to deal with it. But more importantly, don't just settle for a woman just because she's available. Just because she meets the bare requirements. She has hair on her head, she's not obese, kind of cute. That doesn't mean that you should just necessarily be with her, and you definitely doesn't mean you have to tolerate everything from her. It's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to build yourself up. The higher you elevate yourself, the better the women will be as you get along. The more resources you have, they'll be better looking, they'll be in better shape, they'll have better attitude. Because why? Because you can raise your standards. It's hard to raise your standards if you're a man in a homeless shelter. It's difficult to do that. But if you're a man who's sitting on top of a mountain, you got your straight, you can raise your standards. A lot of these brothers, even then, they still will accept less when they could demand more. Just because they're accustomed to that, because those are the type of women that raised them. Those are the type of women that were around. The emasculating women, the toxic women that lied to the face, the women that they heard lying to other men on the phone while they were little kids in the other room. They heard that, so they tolerate it. Not because it's good for them, but because there's a place in their psyche to be able to deal with those women. And that's the toxicity we have to deal with, fellas. You don't have to tolerate that. You do not have to. That is not something that's accessible. I don't care what these folks say. I don't care, accept me how I am. That's BS. You don't accept people how they are, especially if they could cause you detriment and harm. That first video, yeah, it was something you can deal with. I appreciate the way the young man dealt with it. That second video was horrible. You see what I'm saying? Even if they were just playing, maybe I hope in a week or two we'll find out it was a plastic weapon. He was just playing. He was doing it for likes and shares on the internet. But, either way, that's a horrible demonstration of how you should deal with. That's toxicity, which is going to get somebody in trouble. But either way, I appreciate you guys. If you appreciate what I'm doing here, make sure you use Cash App. It lets me know you appreciate what I'm doing. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Later on, and I'm out.